If you remember other day, we was looking at a cucumber that didn't look very good at all. Unfortunately, since then, that cucumber plant died. And it's ironic that only yesterday we harvested the first one from those mini star plants. But we have still got a couple left. One of them's a round cucumber, and I think they're called lemon apple or something like that. But we've still got a couple on go. But even though we've lost that other cucumber plant, I have got a plan on what to replace it with. And that's this plant. A really good sized rhubarb plant. If you remember, we potted this on quite recently because it seemed like it was struggling. It was a very small plant. But now it's really put extra growth on, and there's new growth coming at the bottom as well, so this one needs another chance now. Now we know that it's recovering, we can move it into that big container which had that cucumber in it. This is basically still full of nutrition as well. We'll just break it up a little bit and then we can get this one straight in. But before we do that, we're going to have to take some of this compost out and see what the problem were. It's wet through at bottom. So now I know that, we'll have to move to plan B. Saturated. Yeah, it's got loads and loads of holes. So what I'm going to do is put a layer of gravel across the bottom of this. That's going to help with drainage. Just a couple of inches should do it. Now we'll get this compost back in. But you can see just how wet that is. And that's definitely what killed that cucumber plant. So a bit of that wet back in, and then I'm going to top it up with fresh compost. And we'll get this out, see what it's like. Definitely ready to be moved. Look at all those roots. Don't forget, don't bury your rhubarb plants any deeper than what they came out. Otherwise you'll kill crown. Alright.
Rhubarb?
Aye. For a tiny little plant, it weren't doing well till I moved it, and doing right well now.
Right.
So there we go, a new lease of life for that rhubarb plant. And now we've added that gravel, we shouldn't have any problems with drainage. Not everything that you do when it comes to gardening works out the way that you want it to. But at least we've got that plant in a big container now, and we've still got a couple more cucumbers that's already started producing fruit. And at the same time, we're now moving these cauliflowers at the back of this caravan because it gets shade for most of the afternoon, but plenty of sun in the morning, because we don't want these to be next victim are either dying off or going to seed. At least peppers in this propagator are doing alright now. If you look down there, we've got some nice sized peppers on there. And the same with that plant. This one doesn't seem as bad as it were. I'm just going to pinch those top leaves off there. They're the ones that went yellow. But it is putting a lot of side shoots on. And we're getting more strawberries as well. And those petunias are now in full bloom, which makes a really nice display. Just through here we've got another pepper plant, and that one's also doing okay. Also, again, this plant, a bit of a prune. It is a dwarf plant, but there was lots and lots of foliage across that bottom, and it were yellowing, and that's as sweet and neat cherry tomato plant. But we've got loads and loads of flowers on there. French salad still growing quite slow, but it is growing. And I've also retrimmed these tomato plants again. We've took loads of branches from bottom there because we want to keep all this area as clear as possible. And you can see now we've got flowers there, and we've got even more on top. So that's a full-sized vining tomato plant called Moneymaker that we're trying to restrict so it stays quite small, and so far it seems to be working. Loads of little buds there as well. And the same story with this one. Plenty of clearance on both plants. And that's this other cucumber plant. Seems to be doing alright. If you get leaves at the bottom that yellow like that, just take them off. It won't need them anymore. That's the one I was talking about, lemon apple. So even though one has given up the ghost, this one is doing perfectly fine. Lots and lots of fresh growth on there. So it might not be a massive vegetable garden just on front of a caravan, but it keeps proving week after week that you can get quite a lot from it. And we know there's lots and lots more to come yet. So we lose a plant, we repot another plant, one out, one in, and that's all you need to keep doing. So you've constantly got things growing in your little vegetable gardens or even on your balconies. And over the next few weeks, you'll start to realise just how much produce you can get from a very small container garden. So that's pretty much it for today, but there's always something else to do on another one, and we've got quite a lot of sunshine coming this way, nearly 2 weeks of it, and really warm temperatures too. So if you're interested in seeing what we do next, please hit that subscribe button, press that notifications bell, and I'll see you at next one. You take care.